I go on the back of one guy's moped, and then the party guy, was like, yo, can you pull me on my bike as you're on the moped? I'm like, sure. Hold on to his hand. This moped is flying, and he's like, oh my God, we're going too fast. And he's like, and he fell. And I looked back, and the bike was going so fast, it hit the ground. There's sparks flying everywhere.
This is my only bet. That's the only. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Sorry. How's it going?
Hey, Gabe.
How's it going?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Yeah, nice seeing ya.
You're good?
Yeah.
You sure you're not hungover?
No.
Okay, because yesterday we partied like crazy.
No, I didn't drink that. Claire drank a lot.
Yeah.
She got pretty drunk. And
she wants a ring. Yeah. And she wants another ring. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Whatever. Edit this part, Gabriel. Okay, I will. Thanks.
Don't edit.
Juice.
Juice? Did you just say juice?
You drink juice.
Drink juice. Yeah.
No.
What a fun night.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. Thanks for everybody for coming out of the show and all the comedians that killed it and the audience that loved it up and that loved it up.
Loved it up, baby. That's what we do. We do at Bonne Nuit. We loved it up. We love it up.
Yeah, we I feel like we're learning how to let loose on our own show, you know, kind of like fucking around, you know. We both jumped on, we brought a guy on stage, having a good time. It was fun.
We kind of forced a comedian to take his shirt off, a man who identifies as a man.
But he always does that.
Yeah, I know, but he's one of those guys. He was a guy, so don't worry, guys.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go with this like, take off your shirt. He's like, okay, like he wants to feel desired. He's probably has daddy issues like all of us. He just wants the affection of an older man.
And there's a comedian that like was divorced, and I introduced him as like, he left us, and now he's back a broken man, giving up to Troy. And
so funny. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Let's not say names, Gabriel Omassi. Let's not say names. But I thought about it. I thought about why I don't like saying names, or I don't like. It's like this place sucks or this person sucks, because let's say you go to remember your Sunday story. Where the Sunday was horrible.
Do I?
Sorry, I'm bringing up PTSD.
Sons of guns.
Here's the thing: is that maybe that day that employee was having a bad day. You know? Yeah. So are we gonna judge a whole person or a whole company based on the actions of a single person on a single day?
Well, it ruined my day.
Yeah, it ruined your day.
And
but it
I'm number one, baby.
100%.
In my head, I'm walking around.
I'm not denying your feelings, Gabe. I'm saying, yes, you are to be sad and pissed. These are your feelings and you're entitled to them. But what I'm saying is that you can't judge a person based on the actions of that person on a single day.
Don't judge a man by the contents of his Sunday, but the cum in his balls.
L'chaim.
The hymen.
L'chaim. That's a good. I think we already have a podcast name. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Can you say the ch? L'chaim.
Chaim.
L'chaim.
He-Man and the Masters of Cum. All right.
So you understand? That's why, like, I don't mind talking about the action.
Yeah.
But you can't say that person is shitty based on a single event.
Yeah. No, I just said I don't like that company.
Okay. All right. No, but I'm talking also about every episode where you shit on a person and you name them.
I never shit on that many people. Maybe 2 or 3 at the most.
We've censored a lot of names. It's okay. I'm not judging.
All right, mister.
All I'm saying is that judge the actions. It's fun to shit on the action, but what if that person was having a bad day and then you can't? It's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't want people to judge you on a single action. You've been shitty a few times. You don't want them to say, oh, this person's shitty. You want them to say this person had shitty days. Had a shitty day.
Yeah. I'm... Okay, no, I understand that, but I'm just shitting on the Sunday. That's the only example.
I don't like you shitting on ice cream, man. That's what I'm trying to say. I fucking love ice cream.
I like ice cream too. I don't love ice cream. I like it. I like.
So, what's your favorite dessert?
Ooh.
You have to choose one dessert forever.
I like
pussy. No.
Flavored. I do love pie. I don't get pie that often, but I fucking love pie.
What type of pie?
Apple pie, whatever, an apple pie or whatever. But then if you put that in the microwave, put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top, so it's cold and hot. It's like hot, and hot.
Is it a pie that you put? It's something I discovered when I came to Canada. I'm like, this country is amazing. Is it a fritter? What is the one where you put ice cream next to it? Is it a pie or is it something similar to a pie? Apple fritter? Not a fritter.
I don't know.
It's not a pie. It's similar to a pie. It's not a pie.
I don't know. I don't bloody know.
But it's good. Like you can
Yeah.
buy like the place where they make smoked meat sandwiches. They
Mm.
always have it. Like you can have.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know. I had no idea.
Oh, it's so good.
I only ever get.
it blew my mind. The hot and cold blew my mind. I'm like, this
so
country
good.
is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And
What a country!
I love cheesecake.
You
don't like cheesecake?
It's fucking cheese, bro.
What do you? It's not really even.
You're
cheese.
biting into you're chewing into Philadelphia.
It's good.
No, it's disgusting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cheesecake should be banned.
What are you fucking saying?
Dude, have you tasted cheesecake?
Yeah.
For a second, did you
Yeah.
ever think of cheese?
Okay, so
you come from Greece.
because you're all cheese.
Shut up!
You're
No.
cheese.
I'm kidding.
All right, cheesehead.
Yeah. You come from not the Middle East. You come from Mediterranean. You know, cheese is sacred. The way the cheese, you put it on bread, you put it on crackers. It's sacred. The way we eat cheese with olives. It's not you don't make cake with cheese. That's disgusting.
What? I don't get it.
Cheese is supposed to be salty and put on a nice piece of bread with some little oil and olive oil and like a little bit of olives and
I guess. But then you put cheese in pasta and you put cheese in on the muffler or whatever.
Yeah, salty.
A little bit of cheese.
Cheese is supposed to be salty. You know what I mean? Just want to eat cheese.
It's not always salty.
Cheese?
Cheese is not always salty.
Most of the time it is.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it's in the brine.
The what?
The brine.
Huh?
You know when they make cheese, they put it in brine.
I don't know your love life, pal. But no.
You know brine?
yeah.
It's not Brian.
He was sneaking out of here before I got here. I was like, hey, Brian.
Oh,
hey,
hi.
Brian.
Hey.
Brian, nice to see you. Oh, you are salty.
But when you make, I don't know if you watch. Well, no, you have a girlfriend, so maybe you do things differently. But I like to watch like eats, like regional eats, and you have like this beautiful Italian woman. She's like, well, my name is Estrella, and today we are going to Pomograno Gennaro, and we're going to see how they make the cheese. And she walks in, and she's like, and she's just pretty, she's beautiful, she's like a 1950s Italian beauty, Monica Bellucci, the love of my life. And she's like, all she does is she explains a little accent how everything is done, and then usually it's like an older man. He's like, he gives her a piece of cheese, like, delicioso, come si dice, but and that's the whole show. It's just her going to different.
I could watch that all day, probably.
Oh, dude, I watched that all day.
Wow.
I watched that. I love watching that because she goes to like little villages that make one type of cheese, and it's so just such a fun show. Like how to make pesto, how to make like they go to in Spain where they just like they take a pig and they feed him only chestnuts or whatever. And they dry him in a sauna or I don't know.
Yeah, I think I know.
And they just you have to eat it like a tiny slice at a time.
Oh, I don't know that part.
It's in Spain. Like I don't know if have you been in Spain? I went to Alhambra. And basically you go and there's a restaurant and they just have as a man who doesn't eat pork, and for me meat should be in a fridge. It was very interesting to travel and to see like a just big leg of a pig. Yeah,
it's all salted up.
Yeah,
right?
it's just sitting outside, and the guy's like, "Hola."
Yeah, that is going to be good in 2 days or whatever.
It's and he's just chopped, and you have to like a little thing because it's super salty and fatty. So yeah, I love these videos. That's if I was when we'll be rich and famous. That's the only thing I want to do. I want to travel, do jokes, and eat yummy food.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Is there anything better?
No, I do like, but okay. So I was talking to this about somebody a long time ago, probably. But like, what's your favorite type of climate? Because like when you travel, it's always like in a hot, miserably hot fucking place.
I never complain about the heat.
No. I would rather go a nice brisk, fresh.
That's because you're hanging out with your British girlfriend too much.
No, she likes hot. She likes hot, but I. Like when I was in Greece, it was just so hot and horrible.
Yeah, but you dress you dress for the weather. You're perfect for the weather.
I'm always hot. So I'm always.
Well, you're very hairy.
Yeah.
You need to shave your head.
Oh man,
you're like,
I need a haircut.
Dude, so I spent time in the sun. I went on the road. I went to Ottawa, and I had a shaved head, but this shaved head has never seen the sun.
Oh, I see a little.
So you see, it's all red.
Oh,
it's so funny. And like I'm when water hits my head, it's like ow 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 ow.
Wow, you have a red head.
Yeah, I know. I have skin. Hopefully I look less vampiric
nice.
in the videos.
Can I grab my tea? It's over there.
Oh yeah. Again.
Oh, yeah.
My friend, you are a guest in my house.
Hot. Thanks, man.
I would say if given the opportunity, I would if I get bored of one climate, I would just go to another climate.
It's true. But then again, hopefully, like, imagine you get so famous you don't have to do a podcast anymore.
What? I don't want to ever stop doing that.
But then, look at this. So what if you're like, okay, I'm going to go to Italy. Oh, I got to do the podcast set on Tuesday. Okay, I'll fly. I'll fly home.
Yeah.
Do the podcast.
Yeah.
And then fly back to Italy.
Sure. I'll fly you to Italy. Don't you want to come to Italy instead of staying in your shitty apartment here?
Yeah, but
I'll fly you to Italy.
What, you're making millions of dollars more than I am.
Yeah, you still live in your apartment.
You're paying me to live.
Well, I've been killing it in the Middle East. Like, I become a super famous. I'm like the Russell Peters.
That's not bad, actually. Sure.
And you refuse to go to brown countries, so you're still
Oh, dude, you don't have to tell me. Scare these people.
You are. Yesterday, I noticed.
Oh, well, like, there's these people. They're nice people, whatever. Maybe. You know what? They were hitting.
I hope we'll never have to, like, in 10 years, whatever the segment you're going to say right now, like, guys, these were jokes. I won't have to defend you, but I will always, Gabe, I will always defend you.
Okay, that's good. That's great to know. So... these people kept on cornering Claire in different parts of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Those weirdos.
I didn't see that. Sorry.
They were like being like, "Ooh, hello."
Well, first of all, explain what happened. So we had a show. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
And then afterwards, the bartenders let's have
Algerians showed up.
Karaoke. Right?
Oh yeah, karaoke. Yeah.
Okay. And so here's what I saw. I saw you shitting on a bunch of Arabs singing in Arabic. He's like, "Fucking look at these guys. They look like a cell." I'm like, Gabe, are you? They're just Arabs. They're just Arabs, and they're singing and they're having fun.
I know, but
I didn't know they were trying to fucking jump on your girlfriend.
Yeah, it was really weird. And they were like, who are you with? That man, the white man, the fucking epi.
You should have shown more Chester to establish male dominance. You're like, hey. Exactly.
Whoa.
I like that face.
That hurt me.
Establish the alphaness by showing your chest hair.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they will cower. Let's go back to being the road, dude. I swear, I think that should be our goal in the next year. We should hit the road more.
Yeah.
Whether you want to come with me or not, I think we should hit the road.
Yeah, I would
more.
like to hit the road if we're getting like paid or set up somewhere and doing
it's
fun
so
shows.
fun. I mean, it's not gonna be luxury.
Yeah.
I mean, I got lucky, dude. I stayed at my brother's place.
Yeah, and he's a nice place.
And man, listen, your brother is younger than you. My brother is older than me, and he's got money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
good.
him and his wife. They work for the government. They're like upper middle class.
That's nice.
They live like a nice area.
Wow.
I didn't see a single immigrant.
Nice.
It's nice, clean,
Wow.
beautiful area. And between me visiting him and the last time I visited him, he bought a jacuzzi. And I noticed something about rich people. Have you ever been to a rich person's house?
Yeah.
Everything is geared toward comfort, and everything makes me want to take a nap.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's true. Like anytime, the couches are always like amazing. The TV's perfectly placed.
Everything.
The rugs are all like, oh.
You put your like everything is
Yeah.
Dude, he's like, you have to try the jacuzzi, and I don't like jacuzzi, but it's a brand new jacuzzi, and no one knew except him and his wife. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'll try it. I don't like to sit in stale water, but it's not stale. You sit and then it massages your back and gives you a hand job.
Wow.
It's the best feeling ever. And then you get out of the jacuzzi and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna take a nap. That was so comforting.
Wow.
And then you sit on the sofa and it's like a beautiful plush sofa and just takes you, and then you take a nap, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have a meal. And then you eat the meal. It's like a delicious pasta and meat, and you're like, and then you talk to his wife, and she's boring, and you're like, you just want to take a nap.
That's good.
No. I'm joking. She's one of the most interesting person I met. But it was
This is
fun
a new
to
wife?
Yeah, he's got a new wife. Yeah, and
Wow.
and then even the coffee, even him, he's like, let me make you a coffee. So he's like, he makes you the coffee, and it's just smooth, and you're like, oh, it's so warm and good in my mouth. I just want to take a nap all the time. Everything is geared toward fucking comfort. I don't know how the fuck he works.
Damn. You and your brother, are you guys like similar? Like,
We're both bald, and he has no filter. That's what I love about him.
Do you have the similar tones of voice? Like, you know, you have your voice like,
I sound like Do I sound I was told I have a beautiful voice.
It's like
by multiple women.
Hey, Gabriel, does it sound like that?
Should I take this as an insult?
Because my brother, he sounds like me. He's like, hey, Gabriel.
No.
No. Look, I sound like this. I'm like,
oh, I love the fact you gave yourself a deep, sexy voice, and I'm like,
it's not deep and sexy.
No,
but yours is like, Amer. No, he wouldn't say your No, this is your brother. Amer. Shahid? That's your brother's name?
It's
I don't know what's going on. Okay.
okay. Wait. I wanna listen. I don't have many qualities, but I was told by multiple women I have a beautiful voice,
Okay.
and now you're trying to make me feel insecure about my voice.
No, it's good voice.
Piece of shit. I had a woman pull a Louis C.K. on me once. I was talking to her, and she's like, I don't know, and she's like I just said as though like, oh, she's like, I love your voice. I'm like, oh, are you gonna play with yourself while I'm talking to you? She's like, well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like,
Wow.
that's so hot.
Damn.
That's hot. That's hot. That's fucking sexy.
But you have a good singing voice.
Do I have a good singing voice?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't.
me either.
No, we heard it yesterday.
I know, jeez. I could do a good Johnny Cash.
Again, deep voice. Let me hear it.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel my boner is real long. Shove it in my rear. There we go.
It's pretty good. Good.
Thank you.
I got hypnotized. You know how to do. You know how to fake being cool. Like that. We got the Johnny Depp. Oh, we should say hello to our 1,000-something new subscribers.
Thanks,
We
guys.
fucking
Yeah.
we're exploding.
Yeah, you better buy a mug. We're out. No, I'm joking.
Shout out to Yusuf who bought a mug.
Yeah, Yusuf. Yeah, thanks.
So yeah, Ottawa was fun, man. I got to do shows at Yuck Yucks, the Marriott Hotel downtown. Beautiful fucking.
So that's where the Yuck Yucks is?
Yeah, they have like the
Oh,
basement. It's
cool.
just super, like it's set up as a comedy club, so it's super dark. All
Yeah.
you see is maybe two people and
Wow.
sea of people, and they just, oh my god, dude.
What's the capacity of that place?
I think there was like 180 to 100
That's not
something.
bad.
I did 3 shows. So fun, man.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's so fun to do the road.
Uh-huh.
Plus, you go do the road, and you're a stranger in a strange land. Even if it's Ottawa, it's not your city. Then you can just be a tourist, and you walk around and
Yeah.
you meet people, and
That's cool.
oh, loved it. I on Saturday, Tom Green came and did a spot.
That's crazy. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
Tom Green,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You guys know, if you guys don't know who Tom Green is, I'll tell you. don't leave the video.
It's his hero, which is, I feel bad. I should have
Dude.
told you. I don't.
Man, you should have taken a picture of his dick or whatever.
I fist bump him. You want to touch my fist? I
Yeah.
touched him.
What the hell was that? Did you hear the girl scream?
It's there's child murders in my neighborhood.
Okay, that's cool. So in the 90s, like you see all this weird alternative humor where everyone's all like wild and crazy, and you see it's on Netflix sometimes, and it's all like very abstract,
Yeah.
and like white weak people like to watch it and shit. He invented that, and it was cool at the time because nobody was doing it, and he was out there to offend people and to get in trouble. Now everyone's all like, it's very artistic, and it's all like, ooh, it's very interesting, like Tim Robinson or whatever. I guess I'm not a big Tim Robinson fan. I don't know if you know who he is. He's just like just annoying and loud and shit. But Tom Green is annoying and loud, but he was really funny in the 90s. He was like incredible. And
Yeah, I remember watching. I didn't get it when I was young, but as I grew older,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I know.
yeah, like guys like Eric Andre ripped him
Yeah.
off.
Oh, yeah,
and
Eric Andre.
Jackass
Yeah.
ripped him off and shit like that. And he's a Canadian hero, man. Fucking Tom Green, he's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The crowd, because he's from Ottawa originally.
Yeah.
And he got on stage with his dog. It was.
Wow. Was he holding the dog or was it on a leash?
He was on a leash,
Mhm.
but he played with it. Like he used the
Wow.
dog as a prop, I guess. Like it wasn't like he got on stage with the dog and never addressed it.
Yeah,
he addressed
yeah,
it right
yeah,
away.
okay,
He
yeah.
took a photo with his dog. I should have taken a photo with him, man. I'm sorry. Next
Oh,
time,
it's okay.
who are your heroes in case I remember?
Canada, that's it. And
That's it?
The other ones are dead.
Who?
Norm's dead.
Norm's dead, unfortunately.
That's it.
That's a Norm and
In Canada, maybe.
well, the world.
Oh well, I don't know. I can't think of any.
Well, why are you scared? Like, is it Bill Cosby?
no,
Who's-
no. I'm trying. I can't think of anything. I don't know. Who's Bill Gates? I guess. I don't
Bill
know.
Gates, yeah. Okay, listen. I have a friend who loves Bill Gates. He reads all his books,
I
recommendations.
love Fauci.
Fauci?
Yeah. Who's the bitch that's annoying? That's in politics.
AOC.
Yeah, let's say AOC. I love AOC. Just
No,
to
no,
keep
why-
on the
why-
safe side of life, you know.
Yeah, call her a bitch and says like AOC is my fan. I
And,
find
ask me who my enemies are, and I'll
yeah,
tell you.
dude.
Joe
there's
Rogan.
like 35 people we already know who you hate and are
yeah,
enemies.
yeah.
You don't like Joe Rogan?
Well, for perception's sake, yeah, he's the evil. He's
Really?
wrong, on the wrong side of life. Yeah.
Are you just saying this just to get like better followers now? I know you listen to the podcast.
No,
No?
I'm left. I vote for.
You know, just so
left.
you know, when you lie, you blink a lot too.
I know.
Your voice goes up a little and then you blink.
So what's
I'm happy that he's part of, like, people are making jokes about him now.
Who?
Joe Rogan. Comedians are including him as a punchline.
It's weird. It's
good
weird,
for him.
yeah.
I'm happy for him. That you're so big that you're part of the
so funny.
Zeitgeist?
Yeah.
Gesundheit?
Zakic. Gesundheit.
Gesundheit. You're part of the Gesundheit.
So how? What else happened? Like, how are the shows?
They were fantastic. Honestly, fist bumped Tom Green. Played with his dog Charlie. Very cute dog.
That's cool.
Okay. So we have a friend, and we can say her name because we're gonna say something positive. Michelle Dominique, who is currently traveling the world. So Friday, I wasn't working during the day, so I had my nights free. And my brother, you know, he's married and gay, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna stay home and watch baseball with my wife and get a hand job or whatever, and take a nap. So I finished my show, and my brother is like, well, I don't want to go out, you know. So he stayed home. So I finished the show. It's 10 p.m.
Did he come to any of the shows?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Yeah, he wakes up at like he went fishing for like 6 hours on Saturday.
Why?
Because he has a boat. He's rich.
Jeez.
That's what they do.
You know what's fun? Like, I remember, like, sorry to interrupt, but like last Saturday, like I had like a little barbecue and I invited my uncle and this, and he also like, yeah, let's go. And then he said, sorry, I can't. I'm like, I'm too tired. I'm like, why? What'd you do? He's like, I washed my car for 6 hours.
I love doing that, yeah.
But the thing is, like, he has a kid, right? And the kid wanted to come, but now the kid can't enjoy a day because the guy washed his car for 6 hours like a
Is that the crazy uncle or another one?
The normal uncle.
Normal one.
Yeah. And I'm like, whatever, okay. And then everyone is just tired because they're like, they do things that are so... They're like so selfish and like self-serving. Like, who the fuck?
I wouldn't throw selfishness right away. I think it's also, you have to remember, most people, they're not good at energy management. You know what I mean? So when you get older, I'm assuming he's in his 50s?
No, he's 30. He's your age, actually.
Exactly. So as you know me, I manage my energy very well. I keep my energy for the stage where I can be, and then when I'm off stage, I just nap for 45 hours a day.
I know, that's great. I don't really run out of energy. I just go and go and go and go and go. Yeah, all day long. Like, until I fall asleep. I go to bed early though. I go to bed at 11.
Yeah, well, I try not to go to bed at 11. I don't want to go to bed at 11.
But I also wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah. Well, I wake up at 5. But here's the thing is that I manage my energy, so I have energy when I'm out. So I'm out at night, so that's why I have energy at night. So during the day, for me, nothing is impressive about day, except maybe seeing pretty girls wearing tank tops and skirts. Like, the day doesn't... Okay. I can have a one day a week. Where I enjoy the sun. I don't need it every day. I like the night. I'm a night guy. Okay, I like the moon. I like the, there's different energy in the at night. So I manage my energy, so I have energy at night. So maybe your uncle is not good at managing energy. He thought he was still a young buck where he can wash his car for 6 hours and then go.
He's just lazy. People are just fucking lazy.
It's not lazy, man. People are old. When you get old, dude, it's not easy, man.
But it's also like, oh, whatever. We're talking about, this is something I shouldn't even bring up. It's so boring. But anyway. I don't know. Yeah.
It's for the kids, so they learn to manage their energy.
It's not that. It's just that, like...
Is he in shape? Does he work out?
Yeah, he's super in shape. He just late. Didn't feel like walking down the road to, like, have a barbecue or a drink or chill, you know? He's just like, I washed my car. I did enough and...
maybe they want to come.
Yeah?
Maybe. All right. But I don't know if maybe...
People are just lazy, man. Some people are so fucking lazy.
Yeah?
Like, I don't get it. Like, just do fucking shit. Like, just do all day. Like, I try to do shit all day long, and then you sleep at night, and then you wake up, and you just keep doing shit. Otherwise, you're just dead. You're fucking, like, you're dead. You're dead.
You're dead. Yeah. But, well, listen, some people, your goal in life is to live life. I would like to arrive to a point where, like, my goal in life is like comedy number one. Stand up, doing spots, getting better at that is number one. So I'm willing to sacrifice having a life in order to get better at that. You know, you see that also in people like who do like jiu-jitsu or whatever. I don't know if you follow. I know a few people who are like world champions. I met them, and it's like Friday night, and they're rolling and they're like fucking trying to choke someone. I'm like, oh. They could be out exploring life and learning new things and being outside and seeing the sun but they decided to focus all their life on
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing. So it's a different, whatever
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
you happy. It's your freedom. I would like to get there where I'm like, okay, I'm a black belt now in comedy. I would like to be there where I just live life, and at night I just do great spots,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then I
yeah,
sell out
yeah.
arenas.
Nah, that's
That would
pretty
be where you could just live life.
Yeah.
There's so many things I want to get into. I would love to become a race car driver. That would be so cool.
Really?
Oh,
That's so
dude,
funny. Oh wow.
that would be so cool.
Yeah.
So, is there anything cooler than driving a car fast?
I'm not into that. I'm terrified of like dying and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go have a big barbecue with your mom at the park, and I'll be.
I just like peace and happiness, and like I'm going to church and going home and murdering people in my basement, and you know, being secretly gay.
Secretly. Ryan told me. Like his nuts are salty. See, what would be? Okay, that's a good question. Millionaire. You're a millionaire. What are your hobbies?
Ooh.
Travel, food for me. Travel,
Okay,
food.
travel food. Yeah.
Race car driving. Race car, like just nice cars, and just take them to the track. Learn how to become a really good race car driver. And I'll like comedy. So yeah, good food. I'd like to have a girlfriend. Because I don't want to date. Like I don't want to keep dating when I'm a millionaire. Because I won't trust any of these whores.
No, fuck that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it with money. You get hotter girl, like hot girls, like hot, like fucking. That you're like, are you with me for the money?
Yeah, and they're like slowly poisoning you. Like every day they add a little bit more poison to your tea, and you're just, just every day a little. And then one day you're like, I can't move, and they're like, what's the matter, honey? My back. And then you fucking die, and then she just goes into your pockets right away.
Yeah. Yeah, just like have a. That would be the three. I would be a simple guy. What about you? What would, if you were like?
I probably would have a bunch of kids, and then just have a nice house. Hopefully, like in the city a little bit, or maybe I don't want to live in a shitty suburb. But like, imagine if you have a house like close to the city, and it's a big backyard, and just every day have barbecues every day, and that's it.
Okay.
Just do life shit, and that's it.
I'll be in Dubai shitting on Instagram models and race car driving.
I'm so not interested in any of that. I like traveling, but I'm also not interested in like. I just like super simple.
Yeah, but simple. I want to do the simple things you're talking about, but everywhere around the world. Like I want to go to a small village and have like a nice meal from like a nonna who makes the great pasta.
I can't. Like I'm terrified of like strangers and shit. That's
but you travel. How are you scared? Oh yeah, white people. It's true. You travel only around white people
that speak English. That respect you because you're from. I say I'm from America.
But wait. But Gabe, you're a friendly guy. Have you ever had? No one hates you.
Okay, that's good.
No, right?
Okay.
I mean, you're a funny guy too. You can. That's what I wanted to bring up. So we were in Ottawa. I was in Ottawa, right? And I was being the tourist. I went to the Parliament.
Yeah.
And I said it yesterday, but it was so funny. I saw like a full niqab woman.
Who?
You have a regular hijab, and then you have like the hijab plus, where it's like covers the. It's like the N95 masks.
Oh yeah.
But it protects you from like.
Yeah.
And then you have the full thing, like from head to toe. You're dressed in black. You wear gloves.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm walking. I'm visiting the Parliament. It's beautiful. The weather is amazing. Everyone's out and about. It's so funny to see like girls doing hot Instagram poses with their asses out next to the flame, like the eternal flame of Canada.
Okay, yeah.
So like a respectful monument, and everyone's like,
yeah. Look at me.
so nice. And I saw. So I'm looking, and I saw this fully niqab. It's called a niqab, right? And she's walking, and I think she was happy. Well, I don't know. I couldn't see her smile, but I looked at her like I was staring at her because it's shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah.
I don't see these often. And she's wearing Crocs. I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm like, oh, you whore. You fucking whore. You came to Canada to show skin like that. Wow. It's just so funny that, I was judging her for Crocs.
Just a few circles around her foot. Just the horse circles.
And she's like, her father is like, what is this? He throws acid only at the skin. And so it's so funny. So I did a show that night, and at the end, I'm in my car, and I see her. I'm like, I think it was her. I don't know. They're all like, maybe it wasn't her, but there was another one dressed exactly the same. But it was at night, and I found this hilarious, and I have to turn this into a joke. You know, like when construction workers are working at night, they wear an orange reflective vest.
Yeah.
So she was dressed the full niqab, Muslim niqab, with the orange reflective vest. Because
Oh my God.
she didn't want to die. She didn't want a car to hit her. It was,
Holy
the image
shit,
was
that's so funny.
It's so striking. I nearly got into an accident. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I have to turn that into a joke. It's so funny.
That's so fucking funny.
So anyway, so I'm walking around and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get an iced cappuccino because I thought the iced cappuccino would come out of the water fountain from the Parliament because it's like the most Canadian thing.
Yeah.
But no, I find it Tim Hortons. It's closed because there's a labor shortage or whatever.
Oh,
so there's a lot of restaurants that were closed.
See, people are lazy.
I'm walking and then I like little drops of rain start going and I see like an ice cream sandwich shop. I'm like, oh, I'll go inside. So I go inside and then
Wow.
the thunder. I opened. I wanted to see our YouTube page and I get an alarm from the government saying like, prepare, go find, hide immediately, and then torrents of rain. It was crazy. I've never seen so much rain. I've never been outside watching the rain.
Yeah.
And I film it. I'll send you the video. Maybe you can add it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
basically, I'm filming from inside the restaurant, and then you hear someone scream in the back, like, "We're all gonna die!"
No, really? That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Like, I captured that. So what I wanted to say is that the guy. So anyway, imagine all the restaurants are closed because everyone has difficulties hiring. So there was the place I went to was like a panini ice cream place. It was just a guy and his wife. He's like just an old grumpy old man. He's like,
Yeah.
And anyways, his wife serves me. I'm like, okay, I'll have a panini, blah, blah, blah. I'll have the salad. And the guy's like, he's like turning and he's like holding water. I'm like, sir, is everything okay? And it's raining outside. He's like, this man, he comes, he said he wants bottles of water, but then he goes to get money and then he don't come back. And I said, I'm like, oh, he got the water for free. He's like, no. I'm like, and I point to the rain. He's like, ho, ho, ho. He starts laughing.
Yeah. He's like, that's very nice. You make my day better.
Dude, and afterwards, he, I sat down, I started eating, and people are walking in because they're running from the rain, so they're buying stuff. Yeah. So he's making jokes. He's like, because of the rain, it's 2 times the price now. Like, I changed the whole mood.
That's great. Nice guy.
It's so fun. I like being the tourist because I get to be like you heard my jokes on stage. I'm like jizzing and Jews and blacks and women, and so it's fun to like make fun. When is the last time you made someone laugh off stage?
Let me think. Like probably off stage. I'm only talking to comedians, so like I'm making
but
jokes with comedians.
Those don't count.
Yeah. Not
it's to make a completely person you completely don't know, and because you need that element of surprise to get him to laugh. It's just, I'm like, man, what a wonderful, I forgot how good, because now it's like, all right, Amer, can you do the spot? How much is it? How long am I doing? Who's on the, I hate these guys on the fucking, so now it was just, and sometimes I wonder, you think of Steve Martin, of Eddie Murphy, or like these guys who stopped doing stand-up. They probably, that's the only time they get to make people laugh is off stage. You know? It's like in real life, and they're like, and they crack a joke and the other person laughs.
I hope
that must be a good feeling.
But then again, they're so famous, man, that like a lot of these guys, they just become so secluded because they're like, I don't want to be around normal people.
Honestly, that laugh I got from that guy was worth than like yesterday I did a show after our show, I did another show and I destroyed, and the crowd was super hot. So I'm like, that felt good. But that guy, making that guy laugh and changing his mood, felt better than fucking making a crowd of 100
That's
people.
Cool.
Laugh. Let's set a goal. Okay, so for next week, we need to make someone we don't know.
Oh, that's
laugh.
cool. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, like someone totally random person on the street.
Yeah.
And audience members, try it too. You know what? You do that too. See if and tell us how you did it.
Yeah, tell us how you did it. I can't remember, dude.
It's okay. You'll have a week.
Fuck, I can't remember, man.
It's all right, buddy. Still love you. Don't worry.
All right, cool. So I'm trying to remember. Hold on, let me check my phone really fast. Oh, okay. So I was walking with Claire, and we were talking about this last time in the podcast. Remember when I said like, you're like, oh, you should get a Big Mac or we should go for ice cream. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I have to eat. Like, I can't. Like,
you're very.
Yeah, like I find. And so during the weekend, Claire was like, do you want to eat this thing? Like, you want to have it? And I was like, no, I don't feel like eating. We'll get bagels or something like that. Or I can't remember. Like, she wanted this and I wanted that. And I said, I'll just wait till lunch and then I'll eat that. I'll eat something else. And she got really, really mad. But because she was hungry, angry, right? Hangry, they call it.
Did she hit you?
Well, no hitting.
Not yet.
But she was just very angry and made me, like, she went out of her way to make me, like, uncomfortable because with her angriness.
I think that's resentful, right?
Yeah, she was resenting, but like she knows she uses those abilities as tools. She's not serious, but because I didn't give her what she wanted, she made me feel like the whole time I felt like I was like, "Are you okay? Like, do you hate me because I didn't want to eat a fucking bagel or something?" I wish I could remember what it was.
Well, listen, women are like children.
Okay.
They will try to emotionally manipulate you, and if you're comfortable with the decision you made, you have to stick your ground.
Yeah.
So that they don't, because if you let it happen again, she knows like, oh, I know how to. You know what I mean? But if you stand your ground, I'm like, I
was like,
unless it was stupid, like you said no to bagels and ice creams. How dare you say no to bagels and ice cream? I get it. Fuck you, man.
I know.
Claire, you're right.
I'm trying to not. Also, like, I don't know what it is. For some reason, I have it in my head that, like, I need to not ever spend any money ever. Like, and I don't know. But for some reason, and I'm not really spending that much. But I have more money now than I had in a long time.
Yeah, because you're not spending it.
Yeah, it's great. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm as happy as I was when I was blowing all my money. And now I'm not blowing any of my money, and I'm still happy.
You found a source of happiness.
And now what makes me happy
is cocaine.
Yeah.
Free cocaine.
Yeah. So when you say, do I go out and make people happy and make them laugh? Yeah, I make them laugh, and they're like, hey, come do some cocaine with me. And I'm like, okay, right. I'll make you laugh.
And then you take the business cards we made for the show, and then you roll it into a roll. And it was a Bonne Nuit, baby.
Yeah.
No, please don't give Gabe cocaine.
No, I don't do drugs.
Give us money.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
Yes,
or
give us
the cocaine, we'll sell the cocaine.
No, we're not selling cocaine, all right? Apparently, what I said just last week about giving a girl $100 to get her to sleep with me or give me a blowjob is called soliciting a prostitute. A fan, Eugene, messages me and he's like, Amer, what you said, it is very illegal. I would not say this on a podcast.
But then again, if you said like, I'm
not gonna pay $100 for a blowjob. I'll just fuck a fat girl.
There we go.
Hey now.
But if you said like $100 for the BJ,
Yeah.
but there's a camera involved, that's legal.
Yeah, that's a Family Guy joke though, so I'm not gonna.
That's a Family Guy. Oh, okay, it's a Family Guy joke. Okay, it's just logic. That's
Have you ever filmed yourself getting laid?
No. No.
All these cameras, all these setups, you have like 55 tripods that when you put one up your ass, and you have like 45 cameras, and you're a great editor. You never made a porno.
No, I'm not a good videographer though. I'm not a great cinematographer. Setting the scene, I don't know.
the whole, it's just like, let's say the girl you're having sex with here, and the camera is there, just your ass.
Yeah.
The whole video.
Just like
it's just jacking off to your ass.
Just my pig nuts floating in the wind.
Yeah, just your ass and your balls at the bottom. I filmed myself a couple times.
Yeah.
In my younger years.
No, I never have. Why? What was the storyline of your porno?
Oh, it wasn't a porno. It was just like filming the sex. And I remember when you're young, it looks nice.
Oh yeah.
Because you're young and you're beautiful and the body is nice.
Yeah.
You know. So it's artistically, you're like, oh, look at this.
Cool.
What a bull and what a beautiful lady. And now I did it like a few years ago, and like these days are over. There's a reason there is a reason they hire hot people.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about porn. I saw. Is this gay? So I'm like, you know what? Let me watch some porn. I fire up the porn website, and I open the website, and like a video, like a pretty girl. You know, you click. And it's like a really handsome guy. Like a beautiful, like a young 20-something-year-old guy, 25, whatever. A gorgeous girl. And they're talking, and then they fuck. But there's a cameraman is talking. I don't know what's it called when the cameraman is part of the...
Oh, it's like POV or whatever. Gonzo.
POV, I think it's like the camera's here. And
GoPro.
The third eye. The third eye is the GoPro. That's a point of view. I think that's what it's called. And the guy kept complimenting the guy. Like the cameraman is like, oh, you're so handsome, and the guy's like,
damn.
Yeah. And I'm like, is this gay? Is this like it is? Is it straight porn geared towards guy who are like kind of bi. Because the guy who was fucking was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like he was as part of the filmography
Yeah.
as the beautiful girl. But he was like, oh my God, look at your abs and your cock is so beautiful. I'm like, oh, I don't want to jack off to this.
And the guy's like, oh, yeah, come over here. And the guy's like, what are you going to do to me? He's like, well,
But that's a new
close your
genre.
eye- Yeah, what's it called? Oh, lucky. Okay. So there's a genre. I think it's called Lucky Cameraman.
Lucky cameraman. Okay.
Yeah, and so it's like, let's say there's a porn going on or
Mhm.
whatever, and then the guy's like, and the girl's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then the girl's like looking at the cameraman, and the cameraman's not saying anything, and she's like, and then she pulls down the guy's zipper. And the camera guy, sometimes he's a legitimate camera guy, hired just to film shit, and his dick is all small and hairy and wrinkly or whatever, and that's when it's super
This one.
cool.
Yeah. You like it when it gets real?
Where it's like, oh man, the guy didn't even get an STD check. Damn, bro, this is fucking good.
All right. Are you squishing your nutsack right now with the pillow? Is that why you're hiding your boner? I don't think. Listen, it's like those massage porns. I don't know if they're real.
Oh, where it's like, no, probably not. Where it's like a lit up room, and it's like an Asian lady being like,
yeah. Have you ever? No. Well, we talked about this last time. About,
oh yeah, no,
I never even. I've gotten a massage twice in my life. I'm like, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. I felt bad paying the woman to touch my body. I don't like
touch my body.
I would feel better with a man massaging me.
What?
Is that gay?
Yeah,
Women, I'm like, I feel bad.
but it's like anything. Do you feel bad when you make a guy do your taxes?
No.
Do you feel bad when?
I would never let a woman do my taxes. Joking.
Okay, let's get closer.
I would not let. Okay, let me rephrase this. I would not let a non-Jew do my taxes.
Yeah.
Actually, no. My ex-accountant was my ex-accountant. Is that ex? Can you use ex other than girlfriends?
You can say my
Previous.
prior. Yeah.
You can't say ex. Ex is
Ex-accountant.
only girlfriend, right?
Yeah, ex. But the ex like business partner.
Ex-business. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So partnership is an
It
ex.
needs to be. You need to be directly involved with this person in some way or circumstance. Circumstance.
What's the, I wonder what's the Latin. Like
Yeah.
every word comes from Latin, right?
Oh.
What's that? Does the X stand for?
Expeliosa.
Okay.
It's Harry Potter. I don't know.
It's Harry Potter. Yeah, when I was a young Hogwarts. All right. What I want to say. So yeah, my ex-accountant was an Arab. But what were we talking about?
Claire. At
No,
one
that-
point.
you hang out-
That's past.
Okay, listen, Gabe. I love you.
Uh-huh.
You hang out too much with your girlfriend.
Okay.
You gotta expand.
But who?
I don't know. Not me. Oh.
Yeah. What do you hang out with? You hang out with me and Claire.
I hang out with you, Claire. Actually, I hang out with you, Claire, Gabe. Oh no, you're Gabe. Well, no, me, you, Guillaume, and Eugene. He lives in New York now. I don't see him. I miss him so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to a house party on Saturday. I haven't been to a house party in forever. It was Daniel Karen.
You got laid?
Did I get laid? No. I was at a house party. I wasn't at a.
That's the best place to fucking meet a
No,
pretty lady.
Claire, I have a girlfriend.
Oh yes, sure, I forgot.
You forgot.
Uh,
It was fun. I haven't been there a long time. It was just me and like, you know how we were like in comedy places and we're all just hanging out, being all like in the back, whatever. It was just like that, but at a party filled with strangers. We're all like, and like Harrison was like sober the whole time, and what I did. This is a good trick for me not to get too drunk. I bought a few beers, but also bought a couple soda waters. Oh,
the cult begins and continues to grow.
And I was like, then, and I was like, and yeah, I don't know. It was fun. There was just so many people. It was so weird. Like everybody,
a lot of comedians,
like everybody in comedy was there except for Nazir
and me. I didn't go there.
Yeah, true.
In Ottawa, I would have went there.
It was fun, man. I had a lot of fun. We
It's
just
like
drank.
going to a house party with colleagues. You know, there's like a few of these guys. I respect all of them, most of them, 95% of them. But only a few of them I consider them friends. I would hang out with. You know, I would like have a sit down and.
It was fun. No, it was just fun fucking around.
Yeah?
I was just all just cracking jokes and being stupid and like just fucking around. It was just like low stakes hang, and then we all just.
That's good, man.
left. Orange,
Good music.
Yeah, Orange showed up at like at 1:30 for some reason, super late, and we just hung late and it was fun. There's
That's good.
no story there. Just
No
a nice
story.
happy time.
That's good.
Happy time.
Well, I don't remember the last time I went to a house party.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: when you grow older, it's not house party. They're like, "Oh, we're having a get together,"
Yeah, it's bullshit.
or like a mixer.
Yeah, I remember. I was
Actually, I think it was a Claire the last time I went to a house party.
oh, here's a crazy story. This is a crazy. Okay, so I'm thinking about all the fucking house parties I went to growing up. One of the most. I was like 16 or 17.
Yeah. These are fucked up stories.
My stepbrother, he had a friend that was like, he was crazy. He was like brain damaged.
Wait, your
and
stepbrother?
my stepbrother's friend.
Yeah, you have a stepbrother?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Remember the one I told stories on the previous episode of the podcast that I never released with him being in a schizophrenic and shit?
What?
I never told you any of
You
these
never
things?
told me any of this.
Okay, okay. So I have a stepbrother.
I didn't know that.
I'm not gonna say his name. He's a really nice guy, but he's schizophrenic, right?
Oh yes. I remember, but I forgot. Okay, so your mom got with another guy.
No, it's my dad's girlfriend.
Your dad's girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
So so your stepbrother party. Okay, let's go back.
So his friend had a party, and his friend was like, I would go because I was forced to go to my dad's house every second week, even though my dad didn't want me to come.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but it was the law, and I had to go there, and it was in Laval, and he would just drop me off, and his girlfriend had 2 kids that were like around my age. And so one of them was like, would always just ditch us. But so it was me and my one stepbrother. We're exactly the same age. We go to this house party from his friend. He's insane, this guy. This guy's like I said, he's brain damaged, and he's also like weed damaged, and he's like all sorts of drugs, and he throws this huge fucking party, man. It's a huge party, like, and his dad is just upstairs being like, okay. The kids are like breaking shit. People. So there's this girl at the party, and the guy who's the party belongs to is like hitting on the girl, and this dude was like, hey man, that's my girlfriend, can you like fuck off? Like, because he was like, hey bro, and then they got into like an altercation. They were like kind of like pushing each other and shit, pushing, and so they eventually got to the point where like he threw scissors at him, and it got stuck in his arm. Dude, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And
I don't remember that. I remember that story, but I don't remember the fucking scissors in the arm.
It was like scissors, and like the guy, because it was his girlfriend, so he threw scissors into his arm. It was stuck right in his arm. People pulled out. He was bleeding like crazy. I was like the only one that wasn't shit faced for some reason. I was like getting bandages, trying to like wrap him up, right?
What about the dad?
The dad is like, they're all insane. This is it's like a fucking insane people family. Like they're all, I don't know. And I'm wrapping it up, and he's still hitting on the girl, and he's like bleeding out. He's like, hey girl, where are you from?
I'm a bad boy.
This is my party and shit. And so everybody's leaving the party. We're all trying to get home, but like it's so late. There's no metro. There's no like bus. We're so far from home. So, but he has some people that have mopeds and shit.
Yeah.
So I go on the back of one guy's moped, and then the party guy was like, yo, I'm on my bike. Can you pull me on my bike as you're on the moped? I'm like, sure. And so I hold on to his hand, right? And we're flying. This moped is fucking flying. And he's like, oh my God, we're going too fast. And he's like, oh. And he fucking fell. And I looked back, and the bike was going so fast, it hit the ground. There's fucking sparks flying everywhere. He's all like basically on fire. He's like, oh. And we go back.
You already had bandages on, so that's half safe.
Dude, this doesn't even, dude. Okay, this is like after. Before that, oh my God, this is insane. I totally forgot this happened. Like, so this is back at his house before he fell on the sparks. They still get into like another fight.
After the
stabbing, and so there's a big glass table in the middle of the room.
Oh no!
And they're like pushing each other, and we're like, dude, guys, relax. And the guy, he goes in for a push. The party guy, he just misses the push and just falls on the glass table and bashes his teeth on a beer bottle.
Oh!
And he breaks all his fucking teeth.
Wait, and the party still goes on.
Still fucking going.
The guy breaks his teeth.
He's like, we just threw him in the closet.
There's teeth on the floor.
I think that's when everybody decided to go. Like, you know, it was basically like, that's when the mopeds.
The stabbing wasn't like, okay, guys, there's a guy with a fucking scissors in his bicep.
No, this is a party, man. We're partying.
That's fuck.
This is the most nightmarish.
I'm so happy
party.
my parents were like, no, Amer, you stay home and you do your
homework.
homework.
The thing is, I would have done that, but I was forced to go to Laval, where the devil lives. Oh my God.
Gins and devils. Oh my God.
And so yeah, and then
So the guy falls off the.
Yeah, we leave him on the ground. We're like, fuck this guy. I hate this guy. I hate this situation. I hate everyone from.
So you
Laval.
left a guy with a stabbed arm, and he's
broken teeth.
That's the same guy.
Same guy.
That's the same guy.
The same guy. It's
And he didn't.
He was like, yeah.
And he didn't kick you out. Like he didn't like. All right, everyone, get the fuck out of my house.
No, like we said, we just
How insecure is this guy? How
threw
many?
him in the closet. We're like, this guy's fucked. He's shit.
It's his house.
I know, but
What are you doing? It's Jerry Seinfeld at that party. What are you doing in this house? Oh my god, you guys are.
And then okay, so we go back to. We're finally at my stepbrother's house. We're like, oh okay. He was like all like, woohoo, yeah, that was fun. And I was like, dude, that was the most traumatizing thing.
Yeah.
We hear bang, bang, bang on the garage door. We open it up and it's the fucking guy, broken teeth, fucked up arm, all scratched up. Where's my moped? Because we took his moped.
Did he come with a bicycle?
Yeah,
was he holding his bicycle?
The bike frame was around his body. The chain was around his leg. He was all filled with like oil streaks and. Dude, this guy was fucked, man. I remember, and I saw.
Was he rich?
I think his family had probably some money and shit. And I remember I worked at this bar, this pub, and he would come with my stepbrother even up until, like, that was probably like 10 years after that.
Yeah.
And he was just like a totally different guy. Not in the sense like he got his shit together. No. He was like so many drugs and like moped concussions later. He was just quiet. He was like, hey,
can I have soup? I don't have teeth anymore.
Yeah, so that's my those are the house parties I used to go to. And every time we'd go to another house party, all this shit would happen all the time. Hell, like, oh god, I don't even want to. Maybe next time I'll bring up another story, but that was hell.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I'm happy you got out of your system. Aren't you happy you got out of your system?
That's why I'm so scared of everything. Like, I'm not scared of everything. No, I'm so over all this. I've been through so much like terror growing up that like now I'm desensitized by it a lot, but I understand it.
That's your terror. Me, I lived the Civil War where a bomb fell on my fucking rooftop, and I'm like, I'm cool. Let's go do anything. And you're like, no, moped. The guy, a rich man broke his teeth. He drugs.
Well, listen,
it's crazy.
When you're, I know, but like the whole time, all I'm thinking is like, I find like the fear of getting in trouble with your mom is so much more scarier than a bomb falling on your house, because you're all in it. You're all like, don't worry, Amer, I'm with you. Oh,
is that the start of the gay porn?
Civil War porn.
Civil War. Nice.
Amer, I love you. And you're like, I love you, Papa.
Hezbollah.
Dude.
Fuck me, Hezbollah. Fuck me. Fuck me, Hezbollah in the asshole.
Oh, God.
I recall, I don't know if I seen it or I heard it, but LL Cool J. You remember LL Cool J?
Yeah, I love LL Cool J. Yeah, what the fuck?
Anyways.
Thank you. Come next.
I'm blessing you. LL Cool J was talking with Jon Stewart. And LL Cool J was saying that in his childhood, you know, he lived in the ghetto, pew, pew, guns, drugs, dealers, and prostitutes. And there was a lot of fear. And then Jon Stewart, as a joke, he says, well, I get your pain, man. He grew up in a upper middle class Jew or whatever. Like, the gefilte fish is not like...
Yeah.
And then LL Cool J said something very interesting. He said, but for a child, it's the same fear. A child doesn't go like, oh, but there's kids in Africa, child soldiers. For a child, it's like, oh my God, my mom is going to kill me. It's the same fear as like the constant fear of war. There's no difference. The stress, the anxiety that we're living, it's the same. So there's no... So what you said is probably right. Like that, you think the fear from an angry mom scares you more than the fear of living in poverty and war and the thing. We've probably felt the same fear, but we don't know because we didn't know the other existed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
all you know is like the worst shit.
Exactly. A child is just anxiety and fear. There's if you live fear, you probably feel that. If you lived war, you probably feel the same thing. But it's just very interesting. Who knows
now though? Because like a kid in Ukraine has like TikTok to see what like kid in like Montreal. You know, so you're like, oh, that boy has Nintendo, and I'm
so maybe now it's more envy. It moves from.
Who the fuck knows? I don't know. It might be.
Well,
everyone's more connected.
what I would say is like, oh, these guys are pussies.
Yeah,
Like, really,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, my
yeah.
PS5
I
is
know.
not the PS6 or
I
whatever.
know we are pussies.
We are. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
man.
we are.
I remember. Here's another quick little fun story that I always it always goes back into my. I always think about this. Like, this is another one of the most terrifying moments. So I grew up. I loved Jackass and watching Jackass and hidden pranks and pranking people and scaring people and shit. And we would go around. We had this mask. It was like this. It was this big. It was like long hair and giant eyes. And then the guy's nose was like 2 feet long. That was this
A
mask.
Jew? Is it?
Jokes. Woo. It was maybe it was a Jew. But we would go around with that mask and scare people in the street when we would film it, right? And I did it I would do it pretty well, but I knew there was a line not to go fuck with people so much where they start fighting you and shit. So my dad got me, or somebody got me a really good video camera for my birthday, maybe my rich grandma, and I was like, oh. So we would use this camera to film stunts and shit. And one day I went to the movies, or I wasn't around, but my stepbrother and his friends asked if they can use my video camera.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, sure. I thought they were gonna film some skateboard tricks or whatever.
Porn.
So they go, anything. Oh yeah, man, child porn, jerk off to it. So they put on the mask, and they decide they were gonna go to people's houses, ring the doorbell, and go.
That's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Who, if you're getting some old Aunt Jemima lady, oh dear, oh my julep, oh my, I got the vapors, you know.
Old heart.
Yeah, but I saw the footage, dude. It was crazy. It was they go ring the doorbell. It's this guy in a bathrobe, and he's like, "What? Huh?" And he starts fucking chasing them down the road, and he pushed one of them into a fence. He got all cut up and shit. And he took the video camera, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he stole the camera. And I was like, are you kidding me? And they were saying, we got to get the camera back. When I came back, and my dad was so pissed. He was like, what the fuck? God damn it. So we all had to go get the fucking video camera back from this guy. And the guy would refuse to give it. And then, I think, I told you stories. My dad is, scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was scary enough to get a camera back from a French guy.
Yeah, he got it back?
Yeah, he got it back.
You see, a dad needs to be able to do that, you know?
Yeah,
you know, I don't know if I'm able to do that. If I'll be able to instill fear into another man
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind if that man slapped my son.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? I'd be
man?
Hey, you deserved it, you piece of shit.
I would like my son, you see what happens when you act like an idiot? You get slapped.
Yeah.
But then, without my son knowing, I'll tell the guy, you touch my son again, I'm taking your eyes off your face.
Taking your eyes out, kid.
This is not a job. I'm putting a screwdriver in your nose and pulling your eyes out.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean?
What's the most trouble you ever got in as a kid? Did you ever get in trouble in school or anything? Or
school? Not really. Yeah, just adolescence. I remember once I had a teacher who gave me le guide de l'auto, which is
auto?
the yearly auto review of every car. And because he knew I loved cars. And I like that. I like teachers oh, you like cars?
Yeah.
Here. Fall in love with cars.
Yeah.
It's probably the reason why I became an engineer, I just
Oh.
I saw someone who showed interest in what I was interested in, and he was
That's
a
cool.
PE teacher. He's a physical
that's cool.
sports teacher.
Yeah. Nice.
And he had a couple of Porsches, so he was into cars.
Wow.
So we bonded
The
over
fuck,
there.
Rich?
Well, it was an old Porsche, so it's
Okay.
still, it was back then. Maybe he sold drugs, I don't know. But I remember I was in French class and I was reading it, and the teacher's like, Amer, put it away. I'm like, put it away. It's so interesting. I'm reading about the 1994 Corolla. Get out of here, lady.
Wow.
And then she took it and she put it in her desk, and she in the drawer. And I just stood up. I went to her desk. I'm like,
wow.
and I went back and I sat down. She's like, principal.
Wow.
And she kicked me out. I'm like, don't fucking
Dude.
tell me.
That's funny. I remember I had a teacher that smoked. We'd always see her smoking outside during recess or whatever.
Yeah.
We were in grade 3 or 4. We're kids, man. And there's this one guy, this kid. He was a troublemaker I was in elementary school with him up until high school basically, and he was always a piece of shit. And so he went in her purse, took her life, just started smoking at fucking 8 years old, smoking her cigarettes in the class.
It's fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's insane. And we're all like, what are you doing? And at that time, there was no reason. Teachers were fucking so dumb, I felt like. So she saw the kids smoking, and then everybody gets in trouble. like everybody, and so we're all had to do detention because this one fucking jackass started smoking in the.
Listen, just put yourself in her shoes.
I know.
She's dealing with
so funny though.
40 and they're like. This is the whole class. It's just a bunch, and she's like trying to teach you algorithms or whatever, math,
math
additions and sums and subtraction.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, and everyone's crazy, and she just wants. You understand?
Yeah, you're right. It's funny.
I get it. I get hitting kids.
Yeah.
I spend time with kids. I get it. I just want to hit them sometimes. Like, and I teach kids. So I like it's one-on-one. I just want to kill them sometimes. I get it. It's, so imagine a class of 40, and she's been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
And she comes home and she drinks wine, and no one wants to fuck her, and she smells of cigarettes.
Damn.
She must hate her life, and I'm like, fuck all of you. Basically, what she said. Stealing my cigarettes.
I know.
That's the only thing.
So funny though. Looking back, isn't that the funniest thing ever?
It's hilarious.
Little kid stealing cigarettes and smoking in the class, but not like as a way to like, look, I'm like the teacher. It's more like, look at this dumb bitch. I'm smoking her cigarettes and throwing them on the ground.
I wonder where this guy is right now. Like, he's Elon Musk.
Oh yeah. He's on SNL.
Yeah, well, because he did it for attention.
That's
I wanted attention.
Mm-hmm. It's funny though.
I want attention. This is how I got it. This is what a crazy story.
Yeah.
What a crazy story, dude. Childhood parties. They're so interesting. You always end up learning about how crazy other people are. Mm-hmm. But I think now they get replaced with clubs. I think going clubbing, as we talked about it last time. Mm-hmm. Did we talk about it on about how like clubbing is good for like young people? Young people should go clubbing because women get to practice being whores.
Okay.
And men get to practice being creeps.
Oh yeah.
All under like the supervision of a big black guy.
Yeah.
Like a big black chaperone is like, don't touch. Like it's all. Oh, that's good. You practice dressing like a whore, and the guy's like, and you have me.
And then you humiliate yourself so many times in that environment, you finally like shape into the person you were meant to be.
Why humiliate? Where's the humiliation?
Well, rejection or like a bad day thing. It's like you make so many mistakes in those moments that eventually you're like, okay, well that's done now.
I don't consider mistakes as rejection, like a humiliation. I don't consider rejection as humiliation.
No, but in the moment, you're not like, well, in one day I'll look back at this as a learning experience. In the moment, you're like, fucking bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's I'm not fucking. I'm like, oh, it just goes. Oh, it's like a little like a like a little the towel slap on the chest.
Yeah. Like, like a lot of those guys, they go out, they drink all night, they wake up, they're like, fuck, man.
That's you, bro. That's only you.
Yeah, well, there's
no. You learn how to get drunk.
Well, look. So when people drink,
yes,
especially like young people, they wake up. They have something. It's called the fear, right? I don't know if you've ever heard about this. It's a fear. It's a common expression that like where you wake up, you don't know what you've done, you don't know what happened.
I've done it once. I've had that once.
It's the fear.
A blackout.
It's not a. It could be like sort of a blackout. It could be a blackout, but it's more like you've gotten so drunk that you weren't really in control of your actions, and you wake up, and you're like. It's kind of hazy. You weren't completely blacked out, but you weren't in control of everything.
Yeah.
And so you're like, that's where...
It's like the troubles from Ireland. The fear. Dude, but I'm pretty sure it's a British expression because you guys fucking drink. Well, not you guys, but you're British now. For me, in my mind, you're British now. You should get the citizenship so you can move there.
I mean, I have a European already.
Yeah, but the Brits are not European.
You could still work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway, so...
Get the free citizenship. It's the best thing you'll get out of Claire.
Eventually, whatever.
And then divorce her. Nah, I'm joking. I want you guys to...
That'd be nice.
But, yeah. Oh, talk about club. How long are we doing, by the way?
I think we're at an hour and 7.
Okay, let's end with this. I have a cool story. So, as I was saying, so Friday night, I finished the show. Fantastic show. And I want to go home. I'm like I was on, like, I installed Tinder. I was talking to a girl, but she's like, I can't. I'm like, hey, let's go have a drink. I'm like, okay, fuck it. So I'm just going to drive around town. So I'm driving around town, speaking with Eugene, listening to NPR. I'm like, this is such an Ottawa thing. Yeah. I was listening to a full NPR episode about children and raising kids and, like, what's up in Ottawa. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do in Ottawa on a Friday night, listen to NPR. So, and afterwards I'm speaking with Eugene, and Eugene's like, just go clubbing, go to a club. And his wife is like, go to a gay club. I'm like, I'm not going to go to a gay club. So I'm driving, and then I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'm just going to park my car I don't know the city at all, right? So I'm in a hot area. So I park my car, and I'm just walking. And then Michelle, our friend Michelle Dominique, who is a world traveler, the most interesting woman I know, she's in Seattle. She messaged me. She's like, Amer, she's alone, right? So she's alone in a different city, in an unknown city, and I'm alone in an unknown city. And she's like, Amer, I have a fear of heights, and I decided to get on the one of those what is it called, the wheel.
First wheel?
Ferris wheel, exactly. So she's waiting in line to get on the Ferris wheel. And I'm like, oh, it's so interesting. I'm all alone in Ottawa. She's like, that's the saddest thing I've heard. And I'm like, should I go to a bar alone? Because I've never went to a bar alone.
Oh, no?
Never. Why would I?
I used to go. I love going to bars alone.
So she's like, all right. I'm like, you know what? You push me to go to a bar alone, and I'll push you to get on the Ferris wheel and face your fear of heights. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking. I see like a bar, and I see like a bunch of hot big-titted whores. I'm like, I'm just this is
okay.
And I do the same thing I did that the last time I went clubbing. I went to the bouncer. That's the best way, by the way. If you're old, just go to him like, hey man, am I too old for this place? He's like, no, come in. Like they'll let you in right away. You don't have to
that's sick. That's a great tactic.
Yeah. And also the tip well. That's money buys freedom. Mm-hmm. And so I go in. And I'm like, okay, I'm in. I've never been in a club alone. Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking with her. I'm laughing. We're joking around. She's a very, interesting lady. Mm-hmm. And she's like, okay. I'm like, okay, what should I order? Like, I don't, me, I don't drink that much. She's like, order a mojito. I'm like, oh, a mojito?
It's good.
And I go to but it's like a bar club. So I go to the bartender, like, hey, can you make me a mojito? He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, I'll have a Jägermeister.
I know, something quick. It's like one thing and another thing.
What is this, like I saw this
screwdriver or something?
A Red Bull, and then it's a shot of
a vodka bomb or whatever.
It's Jägermeister bomb or whatever.
Jaeger bomb.
So the guy's like, and he's making me. I gotta. So anyways, I'm drinking. I'm still talking to her. It's fun, but the thing is, I'm spending 30 minutes just chatting with her because I'm trying to push her to get on the Ferris wheel. She's like, I'm scared. I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, you can do it. Like, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm like, what should I do? I'm all alone in the bar. She's like, well, what do you want to do? You want to fuck? You want to have fun? I said, I want a fun story for the podcast. That's the only thing.
That's funny.
So she's like, okay, well, sit. Try to not to look too weird. She's like, for girls, it's interesting. She told me, like, if you're a girl in a bar alone, just look like confused.
Okay.
Because a guy is gonna a guy will use the fact that you're confused to approach you.
Yeah, that's cool.
And look weak or confused. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But interesting. So I'm just sitting at the bar. I had my glasses on. I felt way older than anyone at the bar, by the way. She lied, that bouncer.
Yeah.
That bouncer lied. There was one guy who was my age, and he was wearing like a golf shirt.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, ugh, this is disgusting. So I'm sitting, but it was interesting because I didn't know anyone, and I was in observer mode. So I'm just observing like a human zoo of people trying to fuck other people. There was a guy, he looked exactly like an Asian Andrew Schultz.
Okay.
Like the same clothing style. Because Andrew Schultz,
face, pinhead, kind of,
like the hair, the shirts like your shirt, but like colorful and popping and peacocking, and he's like going to every girl like, "Hey, girl," but he was like a jacked Asian guy.
Cool.
It was interesting to watch, and so Michelle ends up not getting on the Ferris wheel. She backs away.
The most boring ride in the world to fucking Ferris wheel.
She's scared of heights. I'm like, fucking Michelle, you got me to go in a bar alone like a weirdo, like an old man weirdo, and you didn't even do your thing.
Whatever. So
we keep chatting, and she's like, Amer, you need to get off your phone. That's the worst thing you can do if you're in a bar alone. So I get off my phone. I put my phone in my pocket. I'm just observing, and then shout out to Brandon. A guy just starts talking to me. And fucking interesting guy, tells me his whole life story. Yeah. He subscribed to the podcast. So Brandon,
no way.
This podcast is dedicated to you, my friend.
Hell yeah.
I hope you become a zoologist. That was his dream.
Oh, really?
He likes birds of the sea.
Wow. Oh, okay.
And what? Okay.
Oh, bird, like not fish.
No, the birds.
Oh, bird sea. Oh, like seagulls or
seagulls.
Whatever.
That's the only bird I know. So I hope you become a zoologist. Cool. Keep driving that FedEx this episode. I dedicate it for you. And remember that girl with the big tits? We ended up making out. So
you did?
Yeah. So shout out to you, Brendan. We did it, baby.
Wow.
That's it.
You made it with a girl?
All right, that's enough. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.
I want to tell you my bar story really quick.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Brendan, this one's for you. I hope you're listening, buddy. You're a great guy. Thanks for listening.
Okay, so this is I'm probably the most social when I walk into a bar all by myself.
Yeah.
I love going to a bar all by myself.
Okay, give me tips and technique because I'm going to do it often from now on.
Okay, so especially if we go to London, nothing better than a London pub because there's so many pubs. And if one pub sucks, just go across the road. There's another pub that might be even better. And the beers taste way better or like the drinks or whatever. So you go in. I just sit down at the bar, or I stand at the bar. You know, like
That's what I did. Yeah.
yeah, you stand at the bar. You're just looking around, and just like usually, like the last night I was in London, I went to a bunch of bars. Was getting drunk, sat down next to these two guys. Turns out it was like it was their Christmas break from working, and we just got shit faced. And by the end of the night, we're all like best friends, singing, hugging. We met like this couple from like Scotland, from Glasgow. They're just like these psychos. One of the guys bought a round of drinks, but this guy from Scotland was so mad that he bought the round of drinks because he wanted to buy the round of drinks that he started fighting with the guy. He was about to kick his ass, and we're like, all right, guys, listen, it's fine. We're gonna go to this other bar right now. We're gonna go and have a great time. So the guy's like, all right, I'll see you there. And then the Scottish guy leaves, and we just stay at the bar. We're like, see, that's how you get rid of a fucking idiot. I just love walking into bars, sitting down, just talking to like people right next to you. Especially they all speak the same language, and they're all
okay. That's my mistake. I think I went to a club, so the music was like super loud, and there was like a dance floor and everything, and like girls, you know.
Yeah.
As I said, remember experimenting with being a whore, so they were like big titties. I'm like,
true, yeah.
So. And here's the thing, man. I noticed. I don't know about you, but when I'm in a different city, it's as if vices. I just become like, I want to fuck.
Wow.
STDs don't exist.
Wow.
Calories are not real. You know what I mean? You just want to like, let's fucking pig out, drink, fuck. Nothing matters because they're like, oh, I'll go back to Montreal. Everything will be the same.
Yeah.
But now I'm aware of that, so now I'm like, I have to control that. Like I was drinking. I'm like, I'm fucking driving back to my brother's house later. Anyways, so it was very interesting. It was very fun.
Gossip.
No gossip.
Okay,
No gossip. No, nothing
Good
at
shit.
all.
Yeah, nice.
But it was like, oh, I have to. Like I was just eating. Like I'll go to McDonald's and like, yeah, I'll have fucking and just disgusting food. But I think that's my mistake. I didn't go to a pub. I followed my eyes led me like, oh, I saw like hot ladies going in a place, so I went there. I followed my balls or whatever. I should have followed my eyes. I'm like, oh, this is a bar. But I think if a Bunna bar, it's like I didn't want to get drunk. I just wanted the story.
Yeah. It depends. Like in
Hey, I met Brandon. Very cool guy.
Yeah.
Shout out Brandon.
All right.
Jewish, cool guy. Jewish guy named Brandon. Can you believe it? Never met one. It's funny how wherever I go, I always end up making friends with a Jew.
Yeah. You're that kind of guy.
I'm that.
You follow the money.
So what are your tips? So you never been to a club alone. You went to a bar.
No, I
bar
never
zone.
been to bar.
So go to the bar. So
I have been to a bar alone, met people, then gone to a club.
okay.
But then I would just ditch them.
Have you ever been to a bar and then got laid? Went to a bar alone, left there with a lady, or made out, or fucked, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to in Montreal or
Montreal. Long time ago though.
okay. So you go to a bar alone, like just go sit at the bar.
Yeah.
Just have a
that's
drink.
happened.
Okay.
Or like me and one pal.
Well, no, that's different.
Yeah.
You and one pal is completely different because you have a wingman.
Bar
to help you.
alone. Don't know.
I want to do it more because I'm like, oh, I felt it took me honestly maybe an hour and a half to go from observer mode to present mode because it's so fun to be in observer mode, kind of like you're observing human nature.
Yeah.
You know, you're observing the people who are like they want to dance, the people who are trying just like they'll order 10 shots. Like they the second they walk in, they're like, I wanna have the fear. Like right away, tack, 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 tack,
Yeah.
and then right away they're different.
I gotta say, so we're on Villeray right now. You ever been to Miss Villeray down the road?
Oh yeah.
I like that place. When I was single, I used to go there a lot.
Oh, it's a fucking
it's great.
Meat market, grade B meat
But it's
market.
like also, it's a good mix between. It's sort of like a dancey place,
Yeah.
but also you could sit down at the
Yeah.
bar and
Oh,
chill.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I love that.
In my younger years, used to go there, pick up girls, and bring them back here.
Oh yeah, here.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Here, right here. This sofa, right
Wow.
here. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a big apartment, so like my friend would be in the other
Dude,
room,
That's crazy.
and I would be here.
Oh.
You'd have music, dim little lights. I have shisha. Shisha has always been like, okay, you like shisha? J'aime ça la shisha. Like, come back.
Damn.
Then you murder them, and then you bury their bodies in the backyard.
Now you speak my language. All right.
Cool.
Good pod.
Good pod.
This is one of the best pods we've ever done.
Fuck yeah. All right, dude. This has been fun. Let's call it a night.
Yeah.
I love you.
Good night.
This was nice. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Stay tuned, and thanks for all the new thousands of followers. Yeah. Thanks for the 1,000 followers
Yeah.
who followed us.
Lahayman.
Lahayman, everybody. Mwah. Salam alaikum.